Isaiah Thomas, he's also in the bottom three. He was one of the worst to just ever face this planet in any sport as a general manager. Billy King, he's also in the bottom three. There's like 10 guys in the bottom three. Billy King was just cheese Louise, okay? What he did to the 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets at that time. If I ever see Billy King in person, there's going to be chairs moving and tables moving, okay? Elton Brand, Stephen A. Smith, shut the up, man. Elton Brand, he's a god-awful GM. He destroyed us.
He took up for Elton Brand?
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, Darren Moore needs to be removed, and Elton Brand, he's the real guy, and he needs to be in place. What are you talking about? There's a reason why they moved Elton Brand to the side to bring Darren Moore in, but they let Elton Brand keep his GM title. Who he had to screw in that organization, I have no idea, to keep his GM title. But yeah, Elton Brand, also in my bottom two. And again, I hate to do it. We're just coming off Black History Month. I'm black. But I know, man. I know it's tough. I don't want to do it, but I have to highlight it here. What black GMs have done to NBA teams in this league is criminal.
Here we go.
It's criminal. And I'm going to go down the line because I did research. When I talked to Pink off camera, it's just loose comments because of the Elton Brand thing, right?
You can go back to the Otis Smith days.
I have names. I have names and I have moves.
Wes Unseld?
Oh, man.
Elgin Baylor?
Keep it coming because they're here.
I'm
Elgin Baylor with the Clippers.
I'm putting an asterisk next to Elgin Baylor.
Elgin Baylor with the Clippers.
I'm putting an asterisk.
Awful.
Donald Sterling.
The asterisk comes from Donald Sterling, and he did win an executive GM of the year 1 year. And Donald Sterling racist and all of that. But he was awful. The Clippers were awful for a stretch.
Elgin Baylor
never made any moves to further better that team. Okay.
Elgin Baylor should have a lifetime achievement award for working for Donald Sterling.
I'll give you the asterisk on that because I don't know what it was like in that environment.
The fact that he didn't kill him takes away any praise you want to give him.
We'll put him down below with these other guys I'm going to talk about. Okay, Bill Russell. God awful. Michael Jordan, we know God awful.
Bill Russell was a GM?
For the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, okay.
And he may have been the worst to ever do it. Bottom five. Michael Jordan, we know. Isaiah Thomas, he's also in the bottom three. He was one of the worst to just ever face this planet in any sport as a general manager. Billy King, he's also in the bottom three. There's like 10 guys in the bottom three. Billy King was just cheese Louise, okay? What he did to the 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets at that time. If I ever see Billy King in person, there's going to be chairs moving and tables moving, okay? Elton Brand, Stephen A. Smith, shut the fuck up, man. Elton Brand, he's a god-awful GM. He destroyed us.
He took up for Elton Brand?
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, Darren Moore needs to be removed, and Elton Brand, he's the real guy, and he needs to be in place. What the fuck are you talking about? There's a reason why they moved Elton Brand to the side to bring Darren Moore in, but they let Elton Brand keep his GM title. Who he had to screw in that organization, I have no idea, to keep his GM title. But yeah, Elton Brand, also in my bottom two. Will Dawkins, Wizards. I know you don't know, but if I say Wizards, then you should understand. Landry Fields, the Hawks. He took over the Hawks in 2022. Okay, he's been really bad. Okay.
I don't know. I'll
the jury is still out.
The jury's still out.
But he hasn't made any significant moves to make him better. I mean, he's been bad.
Well,
he didn't draft Trae Young. Trae Young was already there.
He realized the Murray situation didn't work and got rid of him. And they're a better team now.
Are they?
Slightly.
I don't think so.
They're below 500, aren't they?
Yeah, but they were.
I don't think so. I don't think they're a better team without Murray.
I think it's negligible.
It's negligible at best. Yeah. And that's not, I mean, you know what I mean?
Dyson Daniels has been a great find.
Dyson Daniels is good. Okay. Now, there are a couple of positive. First of all, I don't count, I'm talking about Black American. I'm talking about that. No, seriously, that is a difference.
To get Massai out of the discussion.
You know what I mean? and other guys like that. The one exception is Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars was good. There's an expression that a broken clock is right twice a day. You understand? So yeah, you get Joe in there.
Was Joe responsible for the Darko selection?
Maybe so.
That's got to be a stain
Maybe.
on your career.
Maybe.
Larry
I'm not sure
Brown
what
had
year
more
exactly
to-
he left.
Larry Brown had more to do with that than Joe did, though.
And then now jury's still out. Calvin with the Nuggets. Again, Murray and Jokic were already there. Okay, so we have to see. He hasn't been bad. He hasn't been good.
But
okay?
Juan might be onto something by saying the guys they have let go have done nothing after leaving.
It's terrible situations, B.
But now, there is something to that though. Like when you know when to let go of people, like when you can size that up.
Yes,
because
but-
again, I mean, like I think a lot of the praise for a general manager or front office is generally associated with who they bring in and what moves they make to bring people in. And I think an underrated aspect is knowing who to let go.
Knowing who to let go, but knowing who works for your team, because the guys who's replacing those guys aren't any good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, but I mean, again, it's possible what you're saying is entirely true. It's also possible that they just saw like these guys. We're not going to get any more out of them. It's time to let them go.
That's true. But again, when you do that, the guys you bring in have to hit. They have to hit, and they haven't hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also the max extension to Michael Porter Jr. has not rung out to be good. Okay.
Yeah,
Just hasn't.
That was. I look at that as a cost of doing business, though.
But the Bruce Brown and KCP is not the cost of doing business. It's a positive that you let them go. I mean, it has to work both ways there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You know?
again, I'm just saying maybe those were two good moves because neither guy's done anything. But again,
You put Michael Porter Jr. on the Toronto Raptors. He's not doing he's doing less than anything.
no. There was when they're making that decision, and I think when what I'm reading from Juan saying cost of doing business, when you have that group and you're on the rise, you're saying, well, I'm gonna secure the nucleus of this team, and we feel we're going to be contending for the next 3 to 4 year window of time that these contracts are going to be there. So I mean, it's probably hard to second guess and say that was the wrong decision at the time it was made.
No,
It
yeah.
hasn't- it hasn't played
Again,
out,
I
yeah.
put him in the category of hasn't been good, hasn't been bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
The MPJ is what it is. You know what I mean? That is the cost of doing business. I'm just saying, like it's just you have to bunch that into the moves that were made. All right. Now, Nico Harrison is a new guy in my bottom three. Okay. When this move was made, of course, I said it. Being a Luka guy, though, is why I said it. But the thing is Nico and ownership is said to have spearheaded the trade with the Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic, and they're making a bet that Luka is going to be injured down the line because he's not doesn't take care of his body, doesn't work out as much, and he's going to be injured down the line. So that's why we want to move off of him. And I said it at the time. It's not that you moved off of him. You can I like when teams do that. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay. What you get back for him is the key, and that's what your fear was. He's going to be injured down the line because he doesn't take care of his body, and you trade him for a guy whose nickname is Street Clothes. That makes absolutely no sense. Nico Harrison may be the worst GM of all time of any color because that's an idiotic way to think of to make a trade. They make this fucking general manager thing out to be like this impossible job, and you have to have all these years of experience and be in the league and all of this and that.
Well, Nico came from Nike.
But these guys, these guys, they make moves that everybody can see up front. Like this is terrible.
Yeah.
Hello, maybe we shouldn't give Tobias Harris a max contract deal. Like hello, we don't trade Luka Doncic, who just drug this team or helped drag this team to the finals a couple of months ago for an Anthony Davis.
Well, I mean, in its own way, the model for a Luka trade is really the Paul George Shea trade, where you're getting a guy that's a big guy at the potentially late peak of his career, and you're moving him, but you're getting back young people that can maybe rise.
You're saying if you're going to move him, that's
If
what
you move
yeah,
Luka,
yeah.
that should be the model that you're looking at.
Yeah.
In that you're getting, like, again, OKC moved Paul George, and at the time, oh man, it's kind of tough for you guys. But they got SGA, who's now among the best players in the world, and playing great and leading them to the top seed. Where you're trading, at the end of the day, you're trading Luka for a guy that's older, that has basically displayed the same health record that you have concerns that Luka will do. And that's your trade. But, I mean, all things aside, this could not, literally could not have gone any worse. I mean, Anthony Davis gets injured in his first game as a Maverick, and then this was heartbreaking.
It was,
Kyrie getting hurt.
Yeah.
It felt just sick and shitty and miserable.
Yeah.
I've really grown to appreciate him more and more.
Yeah.
And this was just awful. And then again, he goes down, and he'd kind of been like the classy face of this whole thing. He was complimentary of Luka. He was kind of the, hey, we're gonna play our asses off here and do what we need to do. And for him to go down, it's just cruel. It's just cruel. Again, this is why there is no God. And you can't fool yourself that there is. No, it is. It is. Like, you guys want to say there's a God and things happen for a reason. Fuck that.
You topped my Black Jim comment there, so I
Yeah,
appreciate
man,
that. Less heat is on me now.
So yeah, that's all. But I got you, man.
But with the Kyrie news here,
and then the tone deaf, they literally have just outraged their entire family.
Yeah, and then you see what
now
the other thing.
Now you kick them in the balls with, and no, you know what kind of
The
ball
ticket
kick,
prices, you saw that?
You know
Yeah.
what kind of ball kick this is? They're walking away, and you jam that foot up between the legs and hit the backside of the scrotum.
Oh man,
That's the type of kick.
yeah, that's
that is.
painful.
We've already driven you away, but we're gonna kick you in the balls with a back
How
shot.
can you increase the ticket prices?
That's
Who is behind
insane. That's insane.
that? Come on, man.
You've literally, in totality, you have made this entire organization probably the most disliked in the league.
Yeah.
I'm sure, players are I wouldn't want to go there right now. Why would I want to play for Dallas?
That's insane.
They theoretically could have a whole bunch of cap space. I don't think they can give it away.
Oh, Kobe says sack tap.
Yeah.
That's what you call it as a name for it.
Okay.